Shalom is Brother Yashima Zakar from the Israelite Report, IsraeliteReport.com. Upon my watch, all praises are definitely due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Peace and blessings to all the brothers spread across the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth and sincerity. Those that truly believe and want to get the hell up out of here. This might be kind of a short one, but I do have some things I want to go into. I want to go straight to Matthew 24:21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And that's a beautiful thing, man. I always think about this scripture here, even though, it's nothing too deep, but it is deep at the same time because it's something to remember that the Lord is speeding up the time and he's shortening the days for the elect's sake. He's pushing Trump and the elites behind Trump to move fast for the elect's sake because they look to wear out the saints, right? And a lot of us are just worn out and we're tired as hell. We hate this goddamn place. But at the same time, like I said, it's bittersweet. Like it's on one hand, you're looking at this shit and you're going, man, damn, when is this shit going to end? Corruption and wickedness is at an all-time high. And sometimes you don't even want to leave the house. I'm like that most days. But the sweet part about it is we knew that this would happen. We knew these days were coming. Those of us that truly believe, we understand why this is happening. And we know it's going to get worse before it gets better. But behind that, after that, comes the kingdom. All right? Just remember this. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. Why? Why? Go back to the 21st verse. It says, for then shall be great tribulation such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. No, nor ever shall be. So that tells you the times that we're coming into. So if you feel like, oh, nigga, you are every week you talking about, the sky's gonna fall and you don't never have no good news. No. I'm trying to, the best that I can prepare your mind for what's to come. Because Yahweh Shai told you. All right? 22nd verse, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, because this devil is about to show y'all something. He's about to take the mask off and show you who he really is. Okay? But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. That's why we pray that we're of the elect. I want to play these clips concerning the 6G and Esau's bragging about being able to hack into human beings and what 6G can do. The Nokia CEO spoke about this some years ago. I believe it was 2022. He said that, people will get a chip in them by the year 2030. And I got mad because I didn't want to hear that shit. He said 8 years ago. No, excuse me, 8 years from now, which was 2022, which would make it 2030. And I wasn't trying to hear that shit because I'm hastening the day of the Lord. So anyway, I didn't want to hear about no 2030 and 2022. But they're bragging about being able to hack into people. Yuval Harari has bragged about it. Trump himself has talked about 6G going into the body, how they can go into the body now. It's been talked about what 6G can do, how it could send messages to the brain, and you got this voice to skull stuff going on. And I knew about this years ago, but they're saying the quiet part out loud that and I suspected this, that 6G would be where they would actually roll out the microchip, and that's the technology that they're going to use to actually implement this. So as of right now, as it stands at the moment, I would say that it sounds like 6G. That's the technology they're going to use. Let me go ahead and play these clips right quick.
Did you know that we have 6G now?
6G's actually been out for a while.
Really?
Yeah. They can measure EEG waves, like phones can measure EEG waves. And that basically can borderline read your thoughts. And there's a reason why you can get an ad for something and like you were thinking about it. 5G couldn't penetrate deep enough into the cell. And that's why, so what would happen is when all these towers were put up, you'd see kids that were, they would get burns underneath their skin. It's because the graphene cooks them from the inside out.
Jeez.
And this is what I've been explaining to people is your body's a liquid crystal, and a crystal is basically an antenna. So you have hundreds of thousands of millions of crystals in your body, and that's how your body communicates with itself. So how do they shut these things down? Heavy metals. You eat things that are improper, disrupts the communication between the body. You get into a state of consumption. Your autonomic functions shut down. It's so simple, but they overcomplicate it. And then you're talking to some doctor, you have a cancer disease, and there's a bunch of doctors in the room. They're saying stuff that's going over your head. Next, you know, you're signing a document to get surgery. It's all money.
Control of data might enable human elites to do something even more radical than just build digital dictatorships. By hacking organisms, elites may gain the power to re-engineer the future of life itself. Because once you can hack something, you can usually also engineer it. And if indeed we succeed in hacking and engineering life, this will be not just the greatest revolution in the history of humanity. This will be the greatest revolution in biology since the very beginning of life 4 billion years ago. For 4 billion years, nothing fundamental changed in the basic rules of the game of life. All of life, for 4 billion years, dinosaurs, amoebas, tomatoes, humans, all of life was subject to the laws of natural selection and to the laws of organic biochemistry. But this is now about to change. Science is replacing evolution by natural selection with evolution by intelligent design. Not the intelligent design of some god above the clouds, but our intelligent design and the intelligent design of our clouds, the IBM cloud, the Microsoft cloud. These are the new driving forces of evolution.
So now you see why the Lord has to shorten the time, because if not, no flesh will be left to be saved. The times need to be sped up, shortened up. What he's talking about is 6G. They can read your mind. And I know damn well, don't call me crazy. I know damn well y'all have seen situations where you've thought something, and the next thing you know, you see an ad for it, or, there's some commercial that comes up. This devil is trying to control the minds of men. because he wants to be like the Most High. Sitteth in the temple of God, showing that he is God. Trying to explain to the average nigga what this devil is really trying to do and what he's looking to accomplish. A nigga's mind can't go, to that place to understand how the elites think. The elites don't give a shit about your block. A nigga think about him block. Then my block. My niggas from my neighborhood. Shit. That's how a nigga think. The elites are thinking on a godly level. They want to be the Most High. That's why they can talk shit. Because the Lord put it in their spirit. Yuval Harari said, we're not worried about some God in the sky. Paraphrasing what he said, right? Their mindset is putting a chip, a device inside of you where they become your God. Not just, they marked you, they branded you with the chip. So you can't buy or sell. You can't even think your own thoughts. Every movement you make, it's a movement that they put inside your mind to make. Yes, that's true. But at the end of the day, what they really want is to be the Most High, because the Most High controls the minds of men. He ruleth in the kingdoms of men. So I said it before, I'm going to say it again. Trump, during the pandemic, rolled out 5G. People forgot about that. They were so caught up with the pandemic. They forgot about the 5G rollout. Well, guess what? You had a little break with Biden. Now Trump is back in office to roll out 6G. That's how I know that this is the nigga that's probably going to do it. Go back and look at the rollout of 5G and look at the timing. I'm not going to say it out, all the way out loud. Go back and look at it. 5G and the pandemic. It happened at the same damn time. So what do you think is going to happen with 6G? Oh, it's going to be some shit. When they're really ready to roll it out, roll out 6G, not just, for them, because they have it already. I'm talking about to the public, to the masses. You can damn near look at it like this. When they start saying we're getting ready to roll out 6G on a massive scale, that's when you can look for your major false flag. I just gave you a timeline. This devil is looking to do the unthinkable. And that's to literally overthrow the Most High power, the Creator. That's what he's thinking. He's not thinking about you niggas on this low level. He's not thinking about a fucking Diddy or R. Kelly or any of the niggas that you worship. That's some real low level shit that you niggas is thinking about. This devil is thinking about conquering all of creation and conquering the Creator, Yahweh himself. First Kings 22 and 19. And he said, "Hear, thou therefore the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the host of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left. Yeah, because you have the left hand, you have the right hand. And yes, the left hand is going to do the evil side, is going to do what the Lord say do. Because the Lord created both good and evil. A lot of people have a problem with that. Not a problem for me. It says, and the Lord said, who shall persuade Ahab? Ahab was a demon, right? It says that he may go up and fall at, I'm going to try to attempt to say it, Ramoth, Ramoth Gilead. I always mess this up. But anyway, it says, and one said on this manner, and on another said on that manner. And there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And that's what you're seeing right now. A lying spirit in the mouth of Yuval Noah Harari, in the mouth of Donald Trump, in the mouth of Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates. A lying spirit has told them that they will win, that they will defeat the Lord. They actually believe this. Now, what does that mean for me and you? They're going to try it. See, the spirit is on them. See, you can't be a nigger when you're thinking about the elites of Esau. They have a lying spirit whispering in their ear, telling them how they're going to get the victory, how they're going to win in this time, right here, right now. Understand what I'm saying, man. That spirit has them really believing this shit. The deceived and the deceiver are his. The Lord set this up. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so. So he did the same thing to Ahab. He's going to do the same shit in this time. This is how the Lord gets down. Now, therefore, behold, the Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and the Lord hath spoken evil concerning thee. This is how the Lord gets down. He raised up Pharaoh, raised up Egypt just so he could bring it down. This is how the Lord get down. And I also want to say this, the microchip, the mark of the beast, is very important to Esau. It's important because that's his way to say that he defeated the Most High. I'm going to say it again. The microchip is very important to Esau because that's his way. In his mind, he believes this is how he defeats the Most High, because in that chip, they monitor everything inside of you. You being God's creation, you being the Most High's creation. If he's able to put a device inside of you where he can determine your thoughts, read your mind, he has technology where he can actually see your dreams while you're sleeping. In his mind, he feels like this makes him the Most High power. and that he's defeated the Most High power, Yahweh. Understand the way this devil thinks. So yes, we talk about the microchip, and okay, you can't buy or sell, but that's for control. But it's actually even bigger than that. It's about godhood, godship. It's about, I want to say something. It's basically trying to give the Most High the middle finger. That's basically what he's doing. What he thinks is he put that microchip inside of you, and he can tell the Lord, I took your creation. I made them bow to me. I'm in control of your creation and made them subject to me. They're submissive to me. Therefore, I'm God. So you can understand how Esau thinks. Let me get Daniel 8 and 8 and 25. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand through his policy, through his one world government that he has coming up. Because they're going to try to collapse this system and create a new system, a new order is what I mean. This guy, David Icke, he talks about this a lot. And he says the whole idea is to smash and destroy the old world system and create a new system that's digital. The old world order dies and they give life to the new world order, which is this digital cashless society, 15-minute cities, limited movement, carbon tax. And what David Icke claims, and I tend to agree, is that Trump, his whole thing is the reason why the elites selected Trump in the first place. His job is to come in and basically just smash and destroy everything about society as we know it today. Destroy it purposefully. The economy and everything else. The way we do business, the way we do banking, everything. Destroy it. That's what's going on with the Strait of Hormuz and all of that. Like, this is on purpose. It's an intentional collapse. It's done by design. Daniel 8 and 25, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. He shall magnify himself in his heart. Again, he's got that lion spirit. The prophets of Esau, the elites of Esau, a lion spirit is coming out of their mouth, speaking for them. And by peace shall destroy many, by promising peace and safety, by promising you a better way. Every 4 years, they do the same shit. This president effed up, but we're going to get it right this time around. And by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes. And yeah, they're going to try to fight against Yahweh Shah and the angels. That's how proud this devil is. Again, that lion spirit is whispering in his ear and telling him he's going to defeat the angels of the Lord. Even though they see the chariots and they know they can't defeat the chariots, They were so afraid, but thus still fight. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. The angels are going to make quick work of Esau. Michael, the archangel, is coming down to destroy this goddamn place. We have to believe it. I'm telling you, we need divine intervention, because where this devil is taking this place here on this earth, we have to believe there's a higher power that's going to rescue us from this shit. I have to put it to you just like that. Y'all heard the recording. Their technology can read your thoughts. Now, if they can read your thoughts, you don't think they can't control your thoughts? Why you think the people are so fucking bugged out, walking around in a daze? Look at people, man. Just look. Anyway, I said I was going to make it short. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Anyway, let me get into this other topic here. I want to go into this Agenda 2030. There was an Agenda 21. There's also a Agenda 2030. Some people may know of it. I'm sure a lot of you brothers know of it. But for those who aren't familiar with this, some brothers might be new. I just want to go down the list of Agenda 2030 real fast. It says here, New World Order, UN, United Nations, Agenda 2030. Mission goals. Says one world government, obviously. They want a one world government. End of nations, right? They want to collapse all societies, all these different nations, and have them come under one rule, one government. A one world army, a one world police force, end of the family unit, which they pretty much did that here in America already. They want a one world central bank. Again, this is going to tie into the mark of the beast. You will not be able to buy or sell. That's going to be the microchip. One world cashless currency, which that's already in play. End of all private property. All right. You already know what that's about. Salakia. World depopulation and fertility control. End of home and car ownership. Mandatory multiple vaccines yearly. Universal austerity income. You're going to have your UBIs and your, the UHI, universal high income, universal basic income, universal high income. And the way they could play this thing out, they could play it out like this, where, those people that are not in great standings with the government, they may receive universal basic income of some sort, and those that are completely in line with the New World Order and with the beast system, they'll receive universal high income. But it won't matter, because when they roll out the mandatory mark of the beast, we're going to have to be cut off from this society completely, any goddamn way. So it won't matter to us. We, again, love not their lives unto the death. That's how we're going to have to be. But it says here, universal austerity income, social media, digital ID, and there's going to come a famine of the word. I keep talking about this over and over again, but it's important to note and understand there will come a time when you won't be able to look up your favorite Israelite. Okay? My favorite Israelite. I love to hear this nigga talk. Well, nigga, there's going to come a time where you won't be able to hear him talk. So I hope you downloaded those videos and those recordings. The time is coming. Okay? Play is finished. You understand what I'm saying? I'm telling you, that's going to be one of the first things they're going to do is shut this shit down. All this debating and shit that y'all see on YouTube, that shit about to die. I want to say something. Let me go. Microchipped for health, shopping, and travel. Well, I'll be damned. Microchipped for health. Remember I told y'all back in 2021, they rolled out the health monitor. A representative of the Pentagon went on 60 Minutes. This was back in 2021 when nobody was paying attention to those damn 60 Minutes, right? Because at that time, we were in the middle of the pandemic. You had the vaccine rollout. You had Trump talking shit, talking about they stole the election. Biden had just gotten into office. And if I'm not mistaken, I first saw this airing of the 60 Minutes with this special of a Pentagon official saying there's a health monitor that will be placed under your skin. It was a chip, like there was a microchip, but it was a different kind of a chip. It didn't look like your normal chip, but it was a health monitor. Right? And the water, Barakatah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because as I was going through this list, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is my witness. I did not even see this. That's how cold the Lord is. That's how real the Lord is. The Spirit got on me to go through this list, and I missed this, the microchip part. And I spoke on the microchip before even seeing it. Man, y'all don't know. The Lord be doing stuff like that. I didn't even see this somehow because I was skimming through it. I'm going to read it again. The water, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It says, microchipped for health, shopping, and travel. This is a part of Agenda 2030, the year 2030. But I've said, and I'll continue to say, they want this in place before 2030. Y'all forgive me for not hitting the scriptures at the moment. I just want to go through this so you can see how much of this Agenda 2030, which is nothing but the New World Order's blueprint, the beast system's blueprint. I want to read it again. I'm sorry. Microchipped for health. Again, 60 Minutes, 2021. I don't know if you can find it on YouTube. Go check BitChute or maybe Rumble. It may be hard to find now because I believe it was somewhere around February or March, maybe early March, but I believe it was February of 2021. I brought this out. You know, all I can do is give warning. The whole thing with your health, they want to use health. This is what the pandemic was. They want to say if you didn't take the vaccine, then you were unhealthy and you were a danger to society. Listen to me. Their playbook, they're going to use the microchip the same way. Remember, the shot was just a precursor, right? It was a test run, a dry run for the actual real thing, which is the mark of the beast, the microchip. So much and so that some people thought the vaccine was the mark of the beast. But it was just the exercise. It was a military exercise. It was literally a military exercise. That's all it was. Now we're about to get into the real thing. Remember, during the pandemic, they cut people's YouTube channels off. If you had a YouTube channel and you talk shit about the government or the vaccine or whatever, they cut your goddamn channel off, didn't they? See, if you can remember, I know that was 6 years ago now. Just remember, that was just a precursor. Salakia, I got excited because, I saw this part. But anyway, implementation of Chinese social credit system. That's another goal for 2030. The Chinese social credit system. In China, if you're running your damn mouth against the government, guess what? They can cut your shit off, your bank accounts. You have no freedom to travel. Oh, I'm going to take, I got a trip to the U.S. And, you take a Chinese citizen. They say, oh, I booked a flight to New York. I booked a flight to New York City. You can show up at the airport and they just shut your shit down. You can't go nowhere. Because that's how China roll. I worked at the Chinese embassy for 9 years. For y'all that talk shit, oh, we don't know nothing about you. Well, nigga, you know something now, motherfucker. Fuck you. You don't need to know me. Listen to this word. Okay? Take this word in and shut the fuck up. You niggas play around, and this shit ain't for play. I'm telling you to seek the Lord while he may be found. That's what the fuck you need to know. Now, implementation of Chinese social credit system. The reason why I brought up the Chinese embassy, when I worked there, this was the main Chinese embassy in D.C., okay, because that's the headquarters in D.C. Let me tell you something. I don't know how many times I've heard it from different people, but you can take your ass over to China, go through customs, they check your visa, your passport with your visas and your passport, and you know what happens? They'll tell you, come with us, and your ass go to jail. There's a jail inside the airport. You could have been dinged or flagged for something, and they just take your ass straight to jail. That's what's coming to America. You don't believe me? Watch and see what happens. We're headed there, and we got the right man, the right guy up in that White House right now. Oh, and by the way, in case you didn't know, those military troops, the National Guard, they're still walking around D.C. I don't know what they're doing in your city, but they're still here in D.C. And I think I know why. They want to make sure when they pull that false flag, they have those troops already here in our city, in Washington, D.C. They don't want to have to deploy them or send them out. They want them to already be here and be in place. Take heed, man. Take heed. This is not a game. Implementation of Chinese social credit system. If you talk shit about the government in China, they shut your shit down. Okay? Your bank accounts, everything gets shut the fuck down. That's it. Government raised children, which they've done that already here in America. All businesses run by state, which pretty much, they're talking about the government pretty much. That's pretty much already being done. End of non-essential air travel. Okay, for all you niggas that thinking about escaping and leaving the U.S. next year, Slovakia, it's my language. You may not have a next year. I don't know, but I'm just saying. Okay, I don't know every single damn thing. But I know a little something. Humans concentrated into 15-minute zones, 15-minute cities, smart cities. And yes, they're going to section us off into different zones, state by state, city by city. And there's going to come a point, if, I don't know, how far along the Lord is going to allow this devil to move. But the plan is to make it so that if you're not from a certain state, like you from New Jersey, and you said, well, shit, I got family down in Charlotte, right? North Carolina. Nigga, there might come a time when you can't go see your family like that. A man shall desire to go into a city and will not be able to. That's coming. Not just air travel, but just travel in the States, because one of the goals of the New World Order is to, especially here in America, is to zone off the cities and the states. Like, in other words, like, make it so that you can't just freely go to the next state. You can't just go to California like that. It'd be like going into another country. You would have to have a passport. End of private farms and vegetable gardens. Now, you see what they're doing to these farmers now. Farmers are complaining. The government is becoming more and more, I would say they're becoming more controlling over their farmland. End of animal ownership. Ban on all natural medicine. And you see what they've done to these natural medicine, your doctors, holistic doctors, right? They try to get you into the herbs and the different things that could heal you, for whatever sickness. You see what they do to them. I tell you what, here's what you do. You don't believe me? You're a holistic doctor. You know about the herbs. Make a YouTube channel and become famous on it. and speak openly about that shit. See what happens. Now, if you getting a couple of 100 views or whatever, they may let you chill. But get into that space where you getting 500,000 views and shit. Watch what they do to you. Anyway, ban on all natural medicine, AI courts. Oh, I saw this a couple of years ago. AI courts. What that means is artificial intelligence will become the judge and the jury. They're going to use artificial intelligence to determine whether you're guilty or not. Because they want to remove all human activity, artificial intelligence will tell you whether you're guilty or not. They're going to use their data. And you know what their data says about black people? Their data says we're nothing but killers, robbers, and thieves. AI courts and end of individual rights, limited access to wild spaces, end of fossil fuels and modern conveniences. So I took my time and went down the list. You can see for yourself the things that are playing out right now as I speak. It's up to you. It's not up to me to make you believe. That's on you. But the times we're coming into, it's gonna take a great deal of faith. You know what? The hell with it. I'm gonna get my favorite. I just done rambled and rambled, but let me get my favorite. I don't give a damn. Habakkuk 2:1, it says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. And that's what I try to do. I try my best. Not the best, but I try my best to make this plain upon tables, to try to make it as simple as I possibly can make it, to help you understand what's coming. That's it. Everything else is bullshit. And we're not in 2012 anymore. That shit dead. I'm telling you, it's dead. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. You know what I'm going to say. This is that time. This is the time of the vision. But at the end, it shall speak and not lie. And you are not seeing no lies coming out of the Bible, out of these scriptures. No lies are being told. Though it tarry, wait for it. And that's what I'm telling you. It may look like it's just going on and on and on. But if you're paying attention, if you're upon your watch, you can see shit happening. There's shit happening in the background, little news clips. If you're not paying attention, you won't catch it. But see, my eye can, the water Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, I'll catch certain shit. It might be in the smallest of print, in the back of the newspaper somewhere. Not that I read the newspaper, I'm just saying in general, even in the algorithm, certain important information kind of gets pushed to the side and you get distracted with other dumb shit. But the Lord gave me an eye where I'll catch certain things. And you brothers too. And we have to say the water, Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai for that. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So I'm going to go ahead and say, Shalom.